Hey guys, thanks for tuning in to Comic Book Nostalgia. I'm CB Nostalgia, and I wanted to take a couple minutes to talk about the newest member of the Marvel Universe, Hercules. Well, as many of you know, Thor Love and Thunder is headed into its third weekend. The movie has done pretty well for Marvel Studios, already crossing the $500 million mark, and is likely to be a financial success for Disney. Now, it has gotten a bit of a tepid response in some areas, and I will admit there were issues with the movie. And probably one of the most talked about things is the mid-credits scene. Now, we're going to talk spoilers here for a minute, so if you haven't seen the movie, click away, but I feel like this is pretty much common knowledge at this point. Now, during that mid-credits scene, the MCU Hercules made his long-awaited debut, and fans are pretty excited about having the son of Zeus in the Marvel Universe. Now, in this scene, Zeus sent his son to take revenge on the god of thunder for events that took place in the middle of the movie. This was a pretty cool scene, and we only got a momentary glimpse at the Greek demigod. We do know that Ted Lasso's star, Brett Goldstein, is indeed playing the Olympian, and there's a lot of fan excitement surrounding where he could go next. He has been a huge part of Marvel Comics for decades. We just did a little breakdown about him down below, and he has been a key member of the Avengers, especially in the 80s and 90s. So I do look forward to seeing where Hercules eventually lands. He is a classic hero and will fit nicely into the Marvel Cinematic Universe. Now, recently, Brett Goldstein took a little bit of time to talk to Variety, and more interestingly, talked about how he revealed it to his parents. Now, he's clearly been briefed on the Marvel snipers, but his quote did make me laugh. I didn't tell anyone because Marvel put a chip in my neck that said, if you talk about this, you're dead. My mom and dad, I sent them a text and said, I've just seen Thor. I knew it's not the kind of film they'd see. I said, you should go see it. It's funny. My mom has texted me all the way through the film, giving me a running commentary. I'm like, just watch the film. It gets to the end bit where it shows Russell Crowe. My mom texts me, Russell Crowe is in it again. He's very funny. I go, effing look up at the screen. This is exactly when he appears in the movie, and it's totally one of those classic parental flubs. As for what the future might hold in store for Hercules himself, well, like I said, he's been briefed by the Marvel snipers, and the actor, although breaking his silence, really didn't give anything away. He said in the interview, I truly, honestly, this isn't me lying or being coy, I know nothing. All I know is what I did that day, that could be it. It was a fun 3 seconds. Now, I don't think Marvel Studios introduced Hercules to be a 3-second appearance. I honestly think Marvel has big plans for this character moving forward, and we just have to figure out where. There's a lot of stories moving along, and Hercules could fit into several of them. There's clearly another Avengers team forming, which could consist of multiple Earth heroes where Hercules would fit in nicely. There's also this conflict with Thor that could eventually lead to an interesting team-up buddy film where they don't really get along but have to work together, which I also could totally see. There's also the possibility he's part of the Thunderbolts, although I find that less likely than him being part of a future Avengers project. And then there's a possibility that he does his own thing. Like I said, Hercules has an amazing history in Marvel Comics and is a great character. Honestly, I think he's more than likely going to be a supporting character in several Marvel franchises until fans get to know him, and then he might inherit his own series or movie. I do wonder though, we have those World War Hulk rumors that have been pretty persistent, and Hercules played a big part in that, so they could be laying out the framework for that story. Now, obviously, if we get any more news on Hercules, whether it's on Disney Plus or coming to the theaters, we're going to bring it to you right away. If you're a fan of Hercules, make sure you hit that like and subscribe button, because we're going to bring you all the details. But until we know more, what do you guys think? How did you feel about that first appearance of Hercules in the MCU? And where do you think Hercules picks up next? I think he's going to surprise us sooner than later. She-Hulk, anybody? Tell me what you think in the comments below. If you like this video, make sure you hit like, click subscribe, and if you don't ring that bell, you won't get any updates. Peace.